What's going on, everybody? This is Sir Kirby, and welcome back to another video. Trying to think of how I want to start this out. It's been a consistent while at this point since I uploaded anything of significant status. So let's just take a minute and just talk about what's been going on. First of all, and this is the one that's in some ways the most frustrating for me, and it's not really anybody's fault. But I don't know what it is about episode 54 being a cursed number, but I'm not going to finish the FF7 Let's Play. I made a community tab post about this being a possibility, and basically what's going on is I wanted to get through all of that with Seth, but our schedules at this point just don't line up in a way that allows for that. And as much as I want to be able to finish that game and have live reactions all the way through to somebody like myself playing it for the first time, it's just not realistic, because if I try to do that by myself, I'm going to be looking so much into the story itself and trying to pay attention and catch all the little nuances that my commentary is going to suffer. And to me, I don't think that's as fun to watch, and it's definitely not as fun to edit. You know, even if my definition of editing is just trimming stuff down and fitting it in and making a couple funny ha-has here and there, it's not as fun for me to do, at least not from a YouTube standpoint. I'm still very much enjoying the game, and what I'm doing is I'm playing it with a few other friends off camera, but for me, it's gotten to the point that it's not something that I really feel like editing and recording and rewatching 5-6 times per episode to make sure I did everything the way I wanted it. And it just kind of ran out of value to me, I guess. So I guess the lesson here is that if I get an LP to 54 episodes, it's probably about to die. And the reason I bring this up is if you've been here a while, or if you've seen some of the past stuff on the channel, you'll also remember that the Path of Radiance LP that I was doing got to episode 54, and then my hard drive fried on my last PC. So, I just bumped my mic, sorry. We are 0 for 2 on finishing LPs that reached episode 54. It's just the way it is. It's nobody's fault. I'm not throwing Seth under the bus because he's busy. He's got important things to do. You could make the case that it's my fault, but it's just, like I said, it doesn't have the return value for me that it did going through it at first, because for me it's not as fun to sit there and listen to me say like 35 words in 10 minutes at a time. I get more value out of games like that for playing it for myself. And since we're at a point that my commentary, I fear, would suffer, it just doesn't feel worth it to me to try to continue it. The other main thing that I wanted to talk about is I've got some relatively important things actually in the works. I have no idea what the logistics are. I do want to start working on another LP of something at some point. Whether that's a Fire Emblem challenge, whether that's, you know, playing through another Ocarina of Time randomizer seed, because I haven't done that in a while, and that's something, well, I haven't done that for YouTube in a while. I've been doing it a lot, but that's something I enjoy doing, and I could make a little mini-series out of if I wanted to. Just little things like that are in play. There are other games that I'm looking into, like we could do Among Us videos, potentially, because I'm using that as background footage here. I was playing with a group of friends earlier today, and they were kind enough to let me record. I didn't end up using any of the audio for that, because I'm talking over it, obviously. And it should also go without saying that I'm talking after the game. I'm not recording this and trying to play the game at the same time, so this game sound doesn't exist, but this is just random footage from absolute chaos settings earlier that we played. I do plan to actually take some of this same footage and make a little mini compilation of it as my next video. But well, maybe not my next video, but an upcoming video. I just wanted to take some time to talk about why the channel's been relatively quiet for really a couple weeks now. The other thing of note is that I'm trying to get more into making like smaller posts to make funnies. I certainly enjoy the LP aspect of everything, and I want to keep doing that as much as I can. But something else that I realized, especially as we got toward the end of FE8 communism and getting into starting the switch of Seth's schedule to where FF7 didn't line up, is that the way that I structure it and the way that I get motivation from it is trying to do 2 LPs at once is probably not a good approach for me personally, at least not now. That's something that I would be more than willing to loop back to at some point. But for the time being, I want to try to focus on one project at a time. I think that's just objectively smarter at this stage. I'm not going to commit to anything in this video as to what my next project will be, because I'm still trying to take a few days to put priorities elsewhere and make sure I have everything lined up outside of my channel, because I'm starting to get involved in other places. So me sitting here and, you know, trying to do everything for me, while it's fun and I enjoy doing it, it's not everything that I'm looking at right now. So there's a lot going on. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video and basically talk about where we're at, what our standing looks like, I suppose. And yeah, we'll go from there. So hopefully my next project starts within a week or so. My gut right now, and I know I just said I'm not going to commit, but I can say at least what my gut feel is. My gut feel is that I'll most likely do a revisit to Ocarina of Time randomizer, just because it's relatively easy for me to set up, and it's something that I've had a lot of fun doing recently outside of YouTube. We'll see how that goes. If it's not that, that means it's going to be something else that should be equally fun for me to do. So it should be something that gets me back into enjoying the process again a little bit. Just because that spark was really kind of gone recently from FF7, and it felt like such a chore to do that I couldn't commit to starting anything else. Because in the back of my mind, it was like, well, if you're not going to finish FF7 videos on any sort of regular schedule, who's to say you're going to do that for another game? And after some contemplation of my own, and I've tried to reach out to Seth, and he just hasn't had time to get back to me as of my recording this, unless he just did. Because I did feel my phone vibrating in my pocket, so that could be him theoretically, but somehow I doubt it. Again, I can't stress enough, this is not a shot at Seth. People have things that come up, and this is no exception. It's just taken away my motivation, I suppose. Because I set this out to be a co-op project with him, and it just didn't shake out that way as we got toward the end. It sucks that we got as close as we did to finishing it, but it is what it is. It's not something that I want to mess with going forward. So I'm trying to figure out logistics of a quote-unquote return. We'll see what it is, hopefully soon. But yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, put a quick short-ish video out there and make sure everybody's on the same page as to where I've been and to some degree what I've been doing and what I've been thinking. So we'll see how it goes from there. I look forward to seeing you guys sometime soon. Take care.